Good morning, all. My name is Franny. I've filled this slot before as Jack's support person. I hope that you're all going to enjoy the session this morning and ask lots of questions. Feel free to use the chat box, and it makes the lesson really interactive. If you do have any technical issues, then please use the icon above the chat box where it says click here for support. Alternatively, you can always go back to the email, the class email that was sent to you about 30 minutes ago, and try to come back in with that link as it usually is successful. You all know Jack very well. He's very well known in the bridge world. He's a great teacher. He'll make you feel very comfortable, and his teaching style is second to none. So what I'll do now is I'll get the record started, and then we'll be able to bring Jack down. And I hope I did say welcome to all the students that aren't able to be here now and that do watch the record session. So the recording is active, and we'll invite Jack to come on down. That's great. It looks like the internet is whirring around, so we should be able to get Jack with us now. Oh, hi, Jack. How are you? Ear. Oh. Mm-hmm.
We had this slight problem last week.
We had this the other day. You're right now.
It's okay now. Yeah, it happened last week. I don't know why. I don't know what's going wrong. But anyway, you can hear and see me.
Yep, it's all clear.
Good. Now, all's good here. I'm in a different location today. I'm at my parents' house.
Oh, I saw Doncaster, UK.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking after my dad whilst my mum's away on holiday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he's okay, but he's not so good on his feet. He's 83, so my mum likes me to be here just with him overnight and help him out a bit. So otherwise I'm good to go.
So I'll let you go, and I'll return at the end of the session, and I hope it's very enjoyable. See you later.
Thank you, Franny. And yes, it's transfers today, so always an exciting and important lesson.
Yeah, great. All right, we'll talk later. Bye.
See you on the other side. Hang on a second. I just need to get this lesson ready. Just bear with me a second. There we are. Yeah, good. I'm just going to share the screen as well. Bear with me. I was making a cup of tea. Right, I think we are ready to go. Let's go. Yes, it's Jack's dad, Caroline. That's right. Yeah, I'll say hi to Jack's. Jack's mum and Jack's dad. Right, let's get going. So there'll be a mixture of people watching today. There'll be some of you who've never done transfers before. Some of them who would have learned them with me maybe a year ago. And some of you might have just picked them up a little bit whilst you've been playing on BBO. So we assume no knowledge of transfers for this lesson. But at the end, a special treat for those who've done transfers before, we're going to learn about a different transfer. Yeah, but just for those who are more experienced at the end of the slides. First of all, after partner opens one node, if you agree to play transfers, which you should, you can't turn them on and off like a tap. You either play transfers or you don't. And my advice is 100% that from this moment on, 6th of November, you should play transfers. Every reasonable bridge player does. So after I open one node trump, if you as my partner bid 2 diamonds, that's nothing to do with diamonds. You're promising me at least 5 hearts and 0 to 26 points. There's no upper limit. This is why we don't teach transfers to beginners, because they wouldn't understand why you're bidding 2 diamonds if you don't have any diamonds. Yeah, they'd give up and go down to the pub instead. And a bid of 2 hearts. These are what we call red suit transfers that I teach. Promises 5 spades, and again 0 plus points. So it's not like Stayman where you need to have 11 points. Transfers 0 plus. And just by the way, transfers and Stayman work very nicely together. They work hand in hand. So if you just think to yourself, Stayman for 4 card majors, transfers for 5 card majors, okay? It's exciting magic. Jane, don't worry, we've only just started. Transfers are useful for 2 reasons, as hopefully you'll appreciate by the end of this lesson. Most often, the strong hand is declarer if you play transfers. So the weak hand ends up on the table, which is always a good thing if you can. Sometimes you can't help it. You know, the strong hand is on the table. That does happen. But it is better if the strong hand is hidden. And also the lead comes round to the strong hand, which must be a good thing. Secondly, as I think you'll appreciate after this lesson, transfers open up a lot more bidding space after 1 no trump opening. Some hands are impossible to bid if you don't use transfers. They're a conventional bid like Stayman or Blackwood, so it's essential you agree them with your partner. Also, you should alert them online. Not quite as dramatic as the caption. That's a mass warning system, but yeah. And the way you do it online is you just by clicking in the alert box. You alert your own bids online, okay? Face-to-face, it's slightly different. Are we talking about face-to-face? Not yet. Face-to-face, I haven't got a bidding box with me today, but it's the person opposite who announces the transfer. You never, playing face-to-face, announce your own bids. Otherwise, you might as well show them your own cards, lay them on the table. But online, it's easy. Most of you play online. If not all of you know how to do that. Okay, so we're playing transfers from this moment on. What bid does South make here? Got 1 point and a 5-card major. Good. Let's not spend too much time dwelling on this. Philippa's got a good question. If you alert online, does your partner see the alert or just the opposition? The opposition definitely see it. I think your partner sees it as well. I think. I'm not the expert online, Philippa. I hardly ever play online. But yeah. Yeah, I think Pamela agrees. Oh, partner does not see on BBO, according to Leslie. Okay. That's interesting. There you go. So the answer's 2 diamonds. Good. Literally, you're doing a weak takeout. Effectively, you're doing a weak takeout via a transfer. And what does partner do next if you're playing transfer? So 1 no trump, 2 diamonds transfer. What would partner always do now, North? Always do. It's not an invitation. It's a request. What do they bid? Yeah. Whether they like it or not, they are being ordered to bid 2 hearts. Not invited. It's a command. So they'd always bid 2 hearts. Yeah, that's how the auction would go. 0 to 10 points. You do a transfer with a 5-card major. Yeah. Okay, so you transfer and then pass 0 to 10. I didn't quite understand your comment, Ellie. What does that mean? Oh yeah. Oh, you do it or else. Oh yes. No, it wouldn't be a good idea to pass. You might, some of you definitely have, the odd accident when you first start playing transfers. You'll forget to bid 2 hearts or something, and you'll be left in a transfer. But you'll have a little bit of a laugh about it, hopefully. And hopefully that mistake won't happen again. But yeah, I've definitely heard of people having the odd accident when they first do transfers. Because, you know, it's a habit you need to get into, those who aren't playing transfers at the moment. Here's another one for you. I've opened one no trump. Over to you. You've got 9 points. And a 5-card spade suit. But I will just say it again. Stayman for 4-card majors. You do need to have 11 points or more. Transfers for 5-card majors. They work hand in hand. Eileen's in Madeira. Ooh, lucky Eileen. We had some very good bridge holidays in Madeira. We stayed at the Reed's Palace Hotel, the 5-star one, then before it became too expensive. Yes, let's not dwell too much on this, Dave W. Anne's in Harrogate, as we know, as is Stuart. Lovely to see you last night, by the way. Pamela's in Cambridge. Noli, yeah. We bid 2 hearts. Good. Showing 5 spades. Or more. You might have 6 spades, you might have 7, and 0 plus points. Jill, someone at the weekend told you wrong. No, it's 11 plus. I think they must have some misunderstanding. Stayman, you could have 17 points to use Stayman. Ah, there's our friendly man to help us out. Anyone know what he's called? We've used his caption a few times. Anyone remember what that man is called, the one we use? But anyway, how does the bidding proceed after a transfer? Well, weak hands with 0 to 10. You transfer to the 5-card major and then pass opener's response, as in the previous example. It's a weak taker. And well done, all of you who remember that he was called Bob. That's a good memory. Is Bob, yeah. I don't know if that's his real name, but that's the nickname I've given him. I think that photo has been doctored, by the way, from the internet. I think actually he's really muscular, but they've doctored it. Anyway, let's move on. So, yes, it's a weak takeout via a transfer. Let's play hand 1 and put the theory into practice, everyone. There we go. So, 1 no trump, isn't it, on the south hand? I hope you didn't make the mistake of opening 1 club. No, with that balanced hand, 5-3-3-2. And pass from north. Sorry, West only 15 points. If West had 16 points, we'd make a penalty double. But I like to keep my doubles up to 16 with balanced hands. North, what do they do with their 4 points, if anything? Yes, you agree you're playing transfers at the beginning of the session. Obviously, with a regular partner, you don't need, you obviously know you're playing transfers with them. But if you're playing with a new partner, bridge partner, you discuss at the beginning of the session. One thing you're not allowed to do is when you're playing the hand, suddenly ask your partner if you're playing transfers or not. No, that would be forbidden. The tournament director would be called. You might as well show partner your cards, say, what do I do? Yes, we're playing transfers. So I'm going to go to alert hearts. Okay, so it's got a box around it. Yeah, so the 2-heart bid, Ellie, shows 5 or more spades. And what does South do now? If anything, 13 points. What would they always do? So mild, it's saying 15 degrees here, although my laptop says 12. Up in North Yorkshire, that is. Yeah, even if they only had a doubleton spade, they must complete the transfer, never pass, although you might have the odd accident. Over to North. Do they do anything else? No, PJ, the opponents don't need to play transfer. I mean, pretty much everyone you play against, PJ, of Improver and Intermediate will play transfers. They're fairly universal. You can always ask, though. Yeah. I generally don't ask because it may be that they're getting into a muddle. They might get left in a transfer. They might get left in something. So unless I'm thinking of bidding, I generally don't ask. what's happening in the auction. Yeah, so it's a weak takeout, 0 to 10, you transfer and pass. But the beauty of this, of course, is that the strong hand is playing it. Good. And let's practice opening lead. What would the opening lead be as West? Well, never lead away from an ace. It's always at the forefront of my brain when I'm leading against trump contracts. So I'd never lead the 7 of hearts, the 10, the queen of clubs, the 3 of diamonds. No, if in doubt, trump about. And the 4 is the correct lead here. You don't need to lead a doubleton or a middle up down in trumps because you're not signaling to partner. What's the point in trumps? Yes, you just play a low one generally. Okay, well, we've got to try and make 2 spades now. It's not going to be easy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to win with a 10 here. Which card am I going to play next from the dummy, do you think? Am I going to draw trumps? Play a heart, club, or diamond? What do you think is best here? It's always the main question in my mind, whether to draw trumps or not. I'm sure it is in your mind as well. It's not always easy to know why. Notice, by the way, how the queen of clubs lead would have given declare a trick to the king. It would have been a really bad lead. It would have given declare a trick they never otherwise would have made. Well done. We're going for the gold dust. I'm very impressed by the live chat box because when this hand was played before lockdown, not many did that. We're going to try and establish clubs. Good. Well done. That's a great start. I am impressed. Jack's mum would be as well. She's away teaching bridge this week. What does West do next? I never worry about losing tricks early, Pamela, as you know. What does West play back, having won the ace of clubs? Morning, Trisha S. Bernice, Ita is in Ireland. Annie N. Ellie, Oz Sandy, I think, is in Oz. In fact, I know she's in Oz. Sarah. Yeah, keep on with a good defense by playing another trump and don't lead away from those aces. Queen of clubs would be a bad thing to do. Okay, very good. Queen of spades. And what next, everyone? Because this is a joint effort. It's me and you and those in replay. How are you getting on today? I said hello in replay. I'm not sure I have. Welcome to those watching in replay. Hope you're enjoying this very useful lesson on transfers. And there will be, some of you might have joined from Monday morning as well, who are a bit rusty on transfers. Yeah, we're back on with plan A, which is clubs. They come back their last trump, this time doing a 2-for-1. And now you see we can create the void in clubs. Pleased to see the clubs divide 3-3. Only a 36% chance. Right. Well, that's good. Clubs are 3-3. The 7 and the 5 are winners. So we play a diamond. A little bit of a moment of truth here. Do you think, trying not to look at the opposition cards, which I know is impossible, but would you in real life put in the king of diamonds or the jack of diamonds? You might like to give me a reason why. So 2 marks available here. 1 if you guess whether to play the king or jack. 2 if you give me a valid reason why. It's a little bit 50-50, Pamela. I think it's less than 50-50. I think it's more likely to play one play or the other. Can we think back to the opening lead, everyone? They led a trump. Why did they do that? Nice cup of Yorkshire tea. I've just been teaching the beginners for an hour. They've been learning scoring. So if you fancy wanting to know scoring, that lesson is available in replay. And there's a quiz for the beginners. They've just done lesson 5. Yes, I'd be thinking to myself, they led a trump. They're most likely, to have the aces. So for that reason, there's no point playing the king, the knave, Yeah. And true to our form, they play the ace. They can now switch to the ace of hearts. Dummy's weakest suit. Be very bad news if they had ace, queen of diamonds, but if they did Maggie, we'd always go one down. Yeah. Over to dummy with the king of diamonds. And we've got winning clubs. Very well done there. I was genuinely impressed that you went for clubs first and not draw trumps or tried to rough a diamond. And with the suit dividing 3-3, we're making our 8 tricks, which is 110, as you know. Yeah, good result, top result. Good defense, by the way, leading those trumps. If in doubt, trump about. That was good defense. So a hand well bid and well played and well defended. Let's go back to the classroom for some more on transfers. Okay, how does the bidding proceed after a transfer? With strong hands, there they are having an arm wrestle, with 13 points and a 5-card major transfer, and then rebid 3 no trumps. Should we have a look at that? So, 1 no trump by North. We've looked at weak hands now. They're fairly straightforward, 0 to 10. So 13 points we transfer with our 2 hearts. Partner bids 2 spades. What next for us as South? So this is a slightly more difficult bit of transfers, of course. The second bit, you know, the rebid after the transfer. The transfer is relatively easy. You might have the odd accident where you leave your partner in a transfer. Hopefully they'll forgive you. Ken Wallace, Trisha, Carrie, they're all bidding 3 no trumps. Yeah. Good. So the rebid is 3 no trumps. Yeah. And as Peter A's wisely said, we're giving partner a choice now. We said very accurate transfers. So what we've shown partner is precisely 5 spades and 13 plus points. Okay. And they can now judge the final contract. Should we have a look at how the bidding proceeds now? Yes, we transfer, rebid 3 no trumps. North, knowing they've got the 8-card fit, corrects to 4 spades, which is a lovely contract. Draw trumps and make lots of tricks. 3 no trumps, lousy contract, goes 1 or 2 down on the inevitable heart lead. Should make 11 tricks in 4 spades quite easily. Good. For those of you who are new to transfers, though, this will take a little while to get used to. You know, read through the worksheet. You know, practice them. There are a couple of hands for you to play out as well, of course, on BBO. Clicking the next button at the end as to how I've played them. Correct, Maggie. So if just to be clear, if North only had a doubleton spade, they'd leave it in 3 no trumps. Yeah. You don't want to play in a 5-2 fit. Okay, so that's strong hands. What about average hands, kind of 11 or 12? Well, they're very difficult to bid if you don't play transfers. Impossible. But with, yes, average mark, average hands. That's why the caption's there. You transfer and then rebid 2 no trumps. Okay, so 1 no trump. You've bid 2 diamonds with your 11 points and 5 hearts. I mean, you might have 6 hearts. I've gone 2 hearts, of course. What's your rebid now as South? If you're watching in replay, if you get this one right, Jane Holbert, Peter A, all bidding 2 no trumps. Jane T, of course you are. And there it is, look, 2 no trump. So this is what I mean about bidding more precisely. If you had this type of hand, you wouldn't be able to show it. So by bidding 2 no trumps here, you've shown precisely 5 hearts, not 6. Otherwise, you'd bid differently. We'll look at that later. So you've got a 5-card heart suit and you've got 11 or 12 points. You would not be able to show that hand if you weren't playing transfers. And now again, the final contract can be judged by North. Shall we look? So North now is well placed to jump to 4 hearts. Do you all see why? Why they're bidding 4 hearts? Yeah, because North has a fit. So they've got the 8-card fits. They must either bid 3 hearts or 4 hearts. And they've got the 14 points. Yeah. So they know they've got the fit and enough points for game. Yeah, good. Let's play hand 2 on BBA. One I prepared earlier. Least surprising bid of the day. 1 no trump from South. And what do we bid as North with our 11 points? Next week, by the way, what are we doing next week? Oh, it's our promotion next week. I need to just tell you about that. Well, Bashir is going to send you an email. I think he might have sent you one. But yes, we're having a promotional event. So we're inviting newcomers into the class. We do this once or twice a year. We'll be doing coping with intervention, which is on our curriculum anyway, and asking for a stopper. So it's on our curriculum. But do invite any of your your bridge playing friends who aren't signed up to come and join the free lesson next week. See if they like it. It's where we showcase the lesson. I'm just asking you what you're bidding as North, of course, in the meantime. But yes, do feel free to share the email, pass it on to your friends who are, because I think a lot of people don't realize what fun and how instructive the online lessons are until they actually do one. Now, Ellie, are you covering transfers and minuses? Yes, I will be, Ellie. Special treat at the end for the more experienced. South does what, everyone, with their 14 points? I have remembered to alert. It doesn't matter too much if you forget to alert, but you should do. I always feel a bit uncomfortable if my partner forgets to alert my bids or sorry, announce their bids or alert their bids. Right. So we must bid 2 hearts. That's what we're being asked to do, ordered to do, actually. And North does what, if anything, where they're 11 points now? Yes, so coping with intervention and asking for a stopper to try and get to 3 no trumps when the opponents have overcalled. That's next week's lesson, but it's a promotional lesson. Hopefully we'll have guests in the classroom as well, which is always fun. The more the merrier, I always say. But do, if you can, pass on the email to any bridge playing friends. 2 no trump, of course, showing 11 or 12. Very precise bid that. Shows precisely 5 hearts and precisely 11 or 12. We'll look at what you might do with 6 hearts later on. And South does what, if anything, with their 14 points? What does South do next, apart from panic? Think about fit and think about points for game. The beginners will be doing that next week, actually, in lesson 6. Do you remember lesson 6? Bidding, it's when the game starts to make sense. 25 points for game, etc. Yeah. So we jump to 4 hearts, knowing we've got the fit, knowing we've got the 25 points. Good. Okay, try not to look at the East-West cards for this one. Clearly, you're deciding whether to draw trumps. I'd already made up my mind. But then we have to decide. Never play too quickly at trick 1. I was practicing with a group yesterday afternoon with this. Which one do we play from the dummy? Trying not to look at the East-West hands. What would you do, honestly, in reality, if you were playing this one online or face-to-face? Queen of clubs led. If you're watching in a replay, would you put on the king, cover an honor with an honor? Oh, Pauline, see you next week. Sorry, you've got to go. Amazon delivery, is it? Or DPD? But it's cover an honor with an honor. But it is also second player play low. But West wouldn't lead from an ace, Annie. They're well trained. So well done if you played low. I'm afraid if you cover with the king, you're going to lose 3 club tricks and a king of hearts. You're going to be 1 down. So yeah, there's no point covering. You know 100% these robots are well trained by me. The ace of clubs must be with. And you're going to get, I believe, now, so they continue with jack of clubs. Do you duck again? Quack, quack. Or should you put the king on this time? Yeah, it's a good one to remember, Jane T. Sarah's ducking, Ellie's ducking. Yeah, generally, if you're going to duck in bridge, you duck twice. Jill's loving Bashir's coloured spots. He seems to predict what colour we're wearing. I like that, Jill. Yeah, duck again. If you make the mistake of covering, again. But look what happens. You get a Brucey bonus when the ace of clubs has to be played by East. You've saved yourself a trick. The king is now a winner. Very well done. At the table, when this hand was played before lockdown, I'd say roughly 50% played the king of clubs, went 1 down. They switched to a diamond. 10 actually slightly better. Promising the 9. Which one do we play as declarer? South. Just a quick plug for the free ACOL tour. Shall I put that in for the... Yes, many of you know, but there is a free 8-board tournament on BBO every day. It's called the ACOL day-long free tournament. You play against robots and you play 8 boards. It's really good for practice. I use it when I practice. It's good fun. You can play the hat. You can have a break, but it's 8 boards and you get a score at the end. So that's on BBO under competitive and just search free, really. You look for ACOL free day-long tournament under competitive. So we must play the queen or the jack. Yeah, must finesse. Right. Leading away from a king is okay, Lisa, as long as it's not the opening lead. Yeah, fine when the hand's underway to play from the king, when you see weakness in dummy. You wouldn't lead from a king at the beginning of the hand, just to be clear with Lisa. Now, which we're definitely right to draw trumps. No reason not to. We don't trump in the long hand. Which heart should we play, though? The 4 or the 9? Which one's better? Definitely right to draw trumps. There's no creating void. We don't trump in the long hand, as you know. This hand is reversed, of course, because we've done a transfer. So actually the length of trumps is on dummy. I like the idea of playing the 9. The reason is, if it wins the trick, we keep the lead in the same hand. Ooh, I did that a bit quickly, actually. But yes, it'll be a mistake here to play the queen. What we're doing here is the deep finesse. All right? Of both the king and the jack. I think it's more like a double finesse, actually. Call it a double finesse. So it'd be a mistake here to play the queen. With ace, queen, 10, opposite 3 little ones, it's always right to play the 10 or run the 9. Loses to the king. Hang on. Another diamond comes back. We put in the knave. Hearts to the 10. And we're on the home straight now. We've done the hard work. So we just play out our winners. There's the king of clubs. Look, it's a winner. And the 3 spades. We'll just play them out, so it won't take long. Ace of spades, king. We've got an overlap of winners now. Because look, they're overlapping the winners. And 2 trumps to finish. There we go. So that's going to be 4 hearts, spade, 420. Actually 620 because we're vulnerable. Wasn't that easy? Of course, I do make the hands look easy. You know, I know these hands quite well. It was quite tricky. We had to... Key play really was ducking the club twice. And then also double finessing the heart, not playing to the queen of hearts. That would have probably resulted in defeat. Good. So that's how the transfer works. Let's go back to the classroom. Quite a lot to get through today. Especially as we've got these bonus transfers at the end. Okay. What happens when you've got a strong hand? Let's say 12 plus points and a 6-card major. Well, then you transfer and then rebid 4 hearts or 4 spades. Yeah, really 12 is the cutoff, you know, because a 6-card suit is worth an extra point. Some of you are saying we might only have 24 for game, but a 6-card suit is definitely worth an extra point in the hand. So here we go. You've transferred with 2 hearts. Partner's bid 2 spades. What next for you as South? With your 12 points and 6 cards. Those of you who are new to transfers, quite a lot to take in. We are going to practice them in 2 or 3 weeks' time, I think. But yes, if you're feeling that transfers are quite hard, if you're learning them for the first time, they do take a while to get used to. And we will be practicing them in 2 weeks. We tend to practice the more difficult topics because 1 hour just really isn't enough. Yeah, so we can jump to 4 spades here. Knowing that we've got the fit, by the way, because North must have at least 2 spades. They might have 3 or 4. So we know we've got the fit, and 12 is definitely enough to go for game with a 6-card suit. Good. I think everyone's okay on that. North has to bid 2 spades to come. Oh, because they're balanced hand, Les. Yeah, Les is just asking why North has to have at least 2 spades. Because they're balanced hand, they'd have to open 1 no trump. They wouldn't do it with singleton. Lisa's saying, someone on BB. I'm not going to read out your question because it's confusing, I think, Lisa, but I'm glad you said it. No, definitely not right, Lisa. The answer to it. I don't want to confuse the group, but no, that's a definite no. That's very strange. Yeah. They do funny things on BBO, some people. But that wouldn't happen. Yeah. No, I've never seen that happen. I've never seen that happen. Must be some jokers on BBO. Now listen, back to a 6-card suit, major. Invitational hands with 10 or 11 points. Yes, well, that's interesting. You're kind of in the middle, aren't you? You're not weak takeout. You're not going straight to game. So you transfer and then rebid your major. Effectively, to show 6 cards and an invitational hand. And look, there's an invitation that you'll all been invited to a garden party. The only problem was, it was on 19th of July 2011. We seem to have missed the boat. But never mind, I'm sure they had fun. At Buckingham Palace, yeah. There's still time for me to go there. Now listen, this is an invitation bid to game, which Open will accept with a maximum and pass with a minimum. This is slightly more difficult, I think, this area of transfers. I think more of a grey area for improvers and intermediates. So if you're finding it harder, don't worry. Yes, generally in your mind, Ken, you don't add on an extra point, but in your mind, a 6-card major is really worth a point more when you're thinking of upgrading. But no, don't add on a point because you've got a 6-card suit. I wouldn't do that. But just generally, a 6-card suit is a brilliant asset. Now, you've got 11 points. Yeah, transfers are very precise, Jill. That's the beauty of them. That's why everyone plays them. So what might we do now, if anything? We've transferred. Partner's bid 2 spades. What do we do now with our 6-card major, do you think, if anything? Yes, Jack's mum's away this week. She's teaching bridge in Ensley, in Devon, I believe. Gets all the best jobs. Gastro kind of cooking, dinners, you know, that type of thing. Where are we? So we're not strong enough really to go to 4 spades. So we can describe the hand very nicely, everyone. And those watching in replay too, hopefully have found this bid. If you got this one wrong, it is slightly more difficult, but you bid 3 spades here. The way to remember that is effectively you're repeating the suit, aren't you? By bidding spades again here, you know, to show 6 cards. Okay. And what does North do? Yeah, that's the full hand, look. North accepts with a maximum. Depends on North. There's no kind of, you know, hard and fast rules for North, but definitely they'd always go to game with a maximum. Also, if they only have 13 and 3 spades, they'd probably they would raise to game as well. You know, if they've got 3 or 4 card support. It's 10 or 11, Peter. Yeah, no, you can do it on 10 as well. Juliet's got a question, which is a useful one, so we will answer it. If 11 points in a major, 5 and 4. Yeah, so basically if you're 5 and 4, Juliet, I think we do this at the end, I'm not sure. But if you're 5-4 in the majors, use Stamen, whether you're weak or strong. Okay, good question from Juliet. Yeah. All right. But I think one of the most important things to remember from this lesson is 4 card majors for Stamen, 5 card majors for transfers. The two are very separate, but they work hand in hand. Okay, the one other time you can do, well, it's not actually the only other time, there is another time as well, but transfers after a 2 no trump opening. Yeah, work exactly the same way as does Stamen. So you bid 3 diamonds with 5 hearts and 0 plus points, or you bid 3 hearts if you've got 5 spades and 0 plus points as well. Like that. So 2 no trump, 3 diamonds, 3 no trumps. And again, North gets the choice now of whether to leave you in 3 no trumps, or generally they would bid 4 hearts with 3 card support. Good. Yes, and clearly South here has got 4 plus points because they bid 3 no trumps. If they had 0 to 3 points, South would have transferred and then passed. Weak takeout. So again, this opens up more bidding space over a 2 no trump opener. You can do a weak takeout with 0 to 3 points, which you wouldn't be able to do without transfers. Let's play hand 3 on BBO. Okay. Oh, well, surprise, surprise. It's a 2 no trump opener. What next from North? Yep. Running slightly short of time, so let's not waste too much time. 3 alert diamonds. South must bid 3 hearts. What next for North, do you think? They've shown partner 5 hearts. What do you think they would bid next? Stamen 5-4 in the majors over 1 no trump, Jane T. Yeah, not over 2 no trumps. Yeah, so just to be clear, 5-4 in the over 1 no trump, but over 2 no trumps, better to transfer. We've got less space available for maneuver. Well, hang on a second. We've shown partner 5 hearts. What do you think we might want to show them now? Here's the clue, the get out of jail free card. Leslie W. No, I've just said 5-4 in the majors over 1 no trump, not 2 no trumps, because you've got less room to maneuver. Unless if you've got 0 to 3 points, you do a transfer and a weak takeout. Well, do you think we'd like to tell partner we've got 4 spades? Would that be a good idea? I think so, because partner might have a doubleton heart and 4 spades here. So what we're showing now, everyone, is North has got 5 hearts and 4 spades. Yeah, the 5-4 rule. What does South now do? They bid 4 hearts. Good. Knowing of the fit. 5 and 3. What next for North, if anything? Well, I think Blackwood, yes. We know we've got 31 points at least between us. We're in the slam zone. Normal Blackwood. What would South respond to normal Blackwood? How many aces? They've got 2 aces, haven't they, South? Yeah, 2 aces is... No aces is 5 clubs. 1 ace is 5 diamonds. 2 aces is 5 hearts. And that's enough for North to bid the slam. We're missing 1 ace, but missing an ace between friends doesn't matter. Just don't want to be missing 2. Okay, tricky lead to 6 hearts. What lead would you make, do you think, on the West hand? What lead would you make from West? I mean, I'd say half the time against a slam of a suit, 6 hearts or 6 clubs or whatever, I'd lead out the ace without the king. But here it's very dangerous, I think, to lead the ace of clubs, knowing that South has got the strong hand. You're probably setting up the king of clubs, which is actually what you would do. I'd go for a safe trump here. Yeah. I don't often lead a trump against a slam, but I just don't fancy the ace of clubs here. And actually, we're quite right not to. Make life very easy for declarer. Well, this is interesting. I'm going to have to do something with the diamonds here, I think. Maybe the spade finesse later on. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, that's a cheap trick. We won with the 5 hearts. Should we draw trumps first, do you think, or not? Would you draw trumps here? What do you think? Yes or no? If you're watching in replay, it's quite a hard hand, this one. I think I would. Yeah. Yeah, we can always do the diamonds a bit later. Remember, we don't trump in the long hand particularly, but I'm going to draw trumps. Where are we? So 7 to the king. Trumps a 4-1, which is slightly awkward. These spades can go, they're useless. I think I'd keep the diamonds, 4 to the jack. Keep those guarded. We can throw spades. Good. And again, let's throw a spade. Keep onto the gold dust. Now we can play the diamonds. Hoping they divide 3-3, by the way. They might do. Make our job easier. But they don't. They're 4 and 1. I might just do something different. Can I just go back a second? Sorry. I think I should have thrown a club earlier. I'm just going to go back. Let me go back in time. I've got the power of... I'm just going to hang on to that 5 of spades. I'm just going to throw a club instead. Thank you for letting me go back. Of course, you wouldn't be allowed to do this in real life. We're just going back in time. What did we say? A club here. Yeah, I think a club's better there. Right. Now we play the diamonds. There we go. King, queen. As before, we're just playing out the diamond winners. We can now ruff a diamond. Back to the ace of spades. 6 of diamonds is winner. Now, West has got a problem. What do they discard? West is actually squeezed. Aren't they? What do you think West can discard? 10 of spades or the queen of clubs? Well, whatever they do, they're fixed. Let's say, for example, they throw the queen of clubs, which is slightly better for them. Right, now what do we do? We've got to make... We can afford to lose one trick, of course. We're going to lose one. But what do we do now? If they threw a spade, of course, the spades are all good. We make the jack of spades. So they do best to throw the queen of clubs. What does Declara do next? Well, you will have noticed at the table that West was probably discarding very awkwardly and quite slowly because it's a bit of a headache for them. So they've almost certainly got the ace of clubs. So yes, we exit. This is going to be an end play with a club. And now they're end played. So they must come back with a spade. Let's say the 10. Second player play low. We win cheaply with the knave. It wouldn't matter if they were to play the queen. And we make the last trick with the king of spades. Quite hard, wasn't it, that? That's 980 for 6 hearts bid and made. Notice how the ace of clubs lead would have made our life so much easier because we'd have made the king of clubs. Tricky hand, that one, but quite fun. Let's go back to the classroom because we've got quite a lot to still do in the last 10 minutes or so. Downside of playing transfers is only one. You can no longer do a weak takeout with a 5-card diamond suit. Okay? Because clearly that's a transfer. You cannot turn transfers on and off like a tap. So if you've got your 5 diamonds, you have to pass. Just like Stayman, you can't do a weak takeout in clubs when you play Stayman. It's a very small downside. Transfers are off after intervention. Remember the rhyme? No convention after intervention. I have to remember to say that in the right order. No convention after intervention when someone opens 1 no trump. So over 1 no trump double for penalties, 2 spades is natural. Yeah, 2 clubs will be natural as well, showing a weak hand with spades, a 5-card suit. Okay, so that's important. Again, if East was to overcall 2 diamonds, 2 spades would be natural to play, as would 2 hearts. So transfers only work if the opponents haven't bid. Same with Stayman. No convention after intervention. Specifically when they open 1 no trump, that little rhyme applies to. Let's play hand 4. Oh, thank you, Caroline. We'll see you next week. And then we got this bonus at the end. Where are we? So, oh yes, it's a 1 no trump opener from West this time. What would you do with the North hand, with your 16 points, if anything? Yeah, penalty double. And what do you bid with the east hand, if anything? 16 plus automatic to double. What do you bid with the east hand, if anything, with your 2 points? Well, it's very important to rescue partner, and well done. No convention after intervention. So this is a natural 2 heart bid. Showing 5 cards. Good. What would you bid with the south hand now, with your 5 spades and your 9 points, if anything? Slightly harder hands today, by the way, as well. If you're finding the BBO set hands are more difficult than they are, just because transfers is a bit of a harder topic for us improvers. Well, actually, yes, Philippa, I agree with you and others. I think we can jump to 3 spades here, showing a 5-card suit and game forcing. Puss, puss. Trying to get the cat to say hello, but it's not being very friendly. In fact, I'll just grab the cat, 'cause it's nice to see the pets. This is one of the 2 family pets here. Hang on a second. Puss, puss. Here, puss. Here, puss. Here, puss. Here, puss. He doesn't really like being held. He's called Billy, this one. Oh, yes. And his sister's called Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid's more friendly than Billy. Billy's the smaller one. Billy the Kid, sorry, is the smaller one. So there's a little interlude with the 2 family pets. They used to have dogs here for many years, but they haven't got dogs at the moment. Right, and of course, that's a game forcing bid there. Jumping to 3 spades here shows values for game and 5 cards in spades. So North bids 4 spades. Okay, well, 4 spades it is. Let's play away. Which card does East play now as their signal? The 10 of clubs or the 2 of clubs? And again, for those who haven't done signaling, that's coming up in a few weeks' time as well. Signaling and discards. Well, signals and discards, they have 2 separate lessons. Yes, top of a doubleton. Continues with a king. They now play the 2 to show a high and a low. Yeah, very useful to show partner you've got a doubleton. And a 3rd round of clubs. Well, that's a bit awkward for us. What card do we think we play from the dummy? Just to remind you, next week, of course, we've got the promotional lesson, yeah, coping with intervention. Monday, responders first bid with the intermediates at 9:30 on a Monday. That'll be a good one for the improvers from this class. Relatively straightforward. Responders first bid. If you'd like to come and join us on Monday at 9:30. It's one of the easier lessons on Monday. Yes, I think we should trump high with the king of spades. Don't send a boy to do a man's job. Now we can draw the trumps. Interesting. Do we play the queen or the 10 here, do you think? I think the 10, yeah, given that the king's now gone. Yeah. Ace of spades. Queen of spades. I think we're on the home stretch now. Yes, do they discard a heart or a diamond here? That's interesting. As East, what's better? 6 of hearts or 3 of diamonds? Definitely a diamond. Keep the same length as dummy. If you throw a heart here, Declare's going to make 4 heart tricks. So keep the same length as dummy. I think we're getting quite good at that. If dummy's got 4 cards, you should keep 4 cards as well. Good. Well done, Leslie W. That's right. So now we can just play the hearts out. To the ace. King of hearts. We're just really playing out the winners now. Takes care of the losing club goes away. Ace of diamonds. They're not going to throw away their diamond, but it's worth a try. Yeah, and the last trick to the oppo with the king of diamonds there, just quickly finishing off. So there we go, yes, but most interesting in the bidding there, really to illustrate no convention after intervention after a 1-no trump opener. All bids are natural, showing 5 cards and weak hands. Let's go back to the classroom one final time. That's convenient. Yes, it's addendum for the more experienced. So if you've just learned transfers, you can leave this one for later, all right? But for those who've played transfers for a while, this is going to be useful. And actually, Leslie did request this. Yeah, Derek, I think, as well, from Monday. So let's get on with this. What should I play 2 spades as after 1-no trump opener? Well, it's a redundant bid now, isn't it, when you play transfers? So you should play it as a transfer, all right? So showing to the minors, either minor. So you've either got 6+ clubs or 6+ diamond. But you have to have a 6-card suit, not 5, because you're committing your partner to the 3 level. And point count 0 to 10. So you can effectively do a weak takeout with a 6-card minor. There you go. So what happens after the 2-spade? Yeah, so here's an example. 1-no trump. You bid 2 spades. Transfer to the minor. Yeah, that's enough, Sandy. If you're up to here with it, you don't need to know this one. This is for the more experienced. That's why I always put in addendum for the more experienced. So those who are less experienced can take a breather or a timeout and just concentrate on red suit transfers, which are 2 diamonds and 2 hearts. But let's just go back. Let's finish off on this one. So you as South bid 2 spades. You must agree to play this with your partner, by the way. Very important, because not everyone plays 2 spades as a transfer. Partner will bid, North will always bid 3 clubs here. That's what you're asking them to do. Thanks, Janice. Yes, we don't want to give you any of you an overload. And then after the 3 clubs, South will pass here. I think it's fairly simple, Leslie W. But then I've been playing transfers for 40 years. But yeah, no, it's definitely the best way of playing 2 spades. PJ's feeling a warm breeze. Others will be as well. And then if you had 6 diamonds, by the way, just to finish, then over the 3 clubs, South would bid 3 diamonds. Yes, you must alert it, Nikki. Yeah, it's highly, highly alertable. Highly artificial. Well, Franny.
Yes, that was a very good lesson.
Oh, just before we finish, I better do the 3 things to remember. Just stay on the line.
Yeah,
but
sure.
of course, after an opening bid of 1-no trump, a response of 2 diamonds shows 5 hearts. And a response of 2 hearts shows 5 spades, with 0+ points for transfers. And just to remember, of course, transfers are off if 1-no trump is doubled or the opponent's overcall. Bids are natural with 5 cards. So just the 3 important things to remember there, Franny. I mean, they're such a useful convention, aren't they, transfers?
They're fabulous. The more you use them, though, the better you get.
Like anything in bridge or in life, it's a bit like riding a bike, isn't it?
But they're indispensable.
I'd say they were the most useful convention.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, thank you, Ellie. Maggie, a good refresher. Jill enjoyed her weekend at the Millstream. Well done, Jill. Yes, it's a lovely hotel down there. Jane's going to give transfer. Definitely give them a go, Jane. You'll get used to them. Beetle, one of our guests from Monday morning. We filled in a few gaps for her, Franny.
Oh, I always thought Beetle was a boy.
No, Beetle's a lady. Beetle likes swimming in the North Sea.
Oh, fabulous.
I don't know if we call it wild swimming, but that's pretty wild to me. Thank you, Tricia, who I know as well, Bernice. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good convention transfers, aren't they?
They are. And you touched on pretty much everything with that lesson, and
Yeah.
including the big one, the Texas transfer.
Yes, I'm glad that I put in that 2-spade one because quite a lot of the group, we've got different experience level in improvers. We've got some who've been playing for a couple of years or more, and some who just joined last year. So yeah, it's good to put in for the more experienced the addendum for the 2-spade bit. But must agree, obviously, a transfer with your partner, and agree the 2-spade transfer as well, because not everyone plays that. But really important, Franny, about the 6-card. About the 2-spade transfer, you must have a 6-card minor. Yeah. Never do it on 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. You end up playing in a 5-2 fit at the 3 level.
Yeah, that's
undesirable.
Bad. Very bad.
Yeah. Well, Franny, right. Yes, I've got a busy weekend. I'm teaching 36 people down on the south coast. We do 4 teaching weekends at this Millstream Hotel near Bosham.
Is that through your own Yorkshire Bridge, is it?
No, it's through a company. I run 2 companies, really. Okay. I do this. Well, I say I run 2 companies, 2 businesses. So one is the online teaching, and the other one is Andrew Robson Bridge Holidays.
Oh, I've got quite a few books by Andrew Robson.
Yes, no, he's a lovely guy, and we're in partnership together. So I do 4 weekends teaching. I do 2 ski bridge holidays. I do 2 weeks in the sun. We're going to Crete next year, 5-star. And then we do 2 midweek breaks, Jersey in April, which is fully booked. And we go to Sandbanks in May. I'll just put in the website if anyone's interested, Franny, in our holidays, because we do have quite a few people from the online community who come and join us now. And it's really, really nice to see people in person.
It is. You seem to be getting a lot of students in this class, Jack.
Yes, I know it's growing. I think, yeah, that definitely grows. Have I spelt it right? bridgeholidays.co.uk. Yes, there we go. That's the link if anyone's interested in the future in bridge holidays.
I wouldn't mind doing one of those.
Yes, well, there you go, Franny. Yes, they're there for you. A little way to travel from where you are.
Yeah, I went to. I did the UK and Scotland last year. That was fabulous.
Yeah. We always have fun. Trisha's been on a few. Hang on, where's Eileen's in Madeira? Yes, very nice, Eileen. She's not. Yeah, the Reed's Palace is rather expensive now. €600 a night, I think, Eileen.
God. Euros.
Well, Franny,
all right. Well, that's it.
Well, it's been fun today. I was always looking forward to this transfer lesson. It's a really important one for the students.
And you've got your Bergier has sent out an email already about the program for next week. That'll be quite interesting.
Yes, it'll be quite interesting to see how many special guests we get.
Yeah.
See if the class is busy. Well, I'm sure it will be busier. But it's always nice once or twice a year just to showcase what we're doing. So a really useful topic as well, coping with intervention when the opponents take away your when the opponents take away your bid, what do you do? And also how to ask for a stopper when the opponents have overcalled. That's really useful. So thank you, Ellie, for your company. Oh, Anthony's there. Thank you, Anthony. He's been on our bridge holidays. I think quite a few of the students have over the years.
That's fabulous.
So say hi to Peter for me, Anthony. Ellie, thank you for your company. I'm so glad you enjoyed the lesson. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. And I was pleased actually just to give them that 2-spade bid at the end for the more experienced.
I think everyone appreciated that, but you can read the notes and you can go back in and have a look at the replay, which is really helpful.
Yeah. I mean, the resources of online teaching are amazing, Franny. Things that we'd never be able to do face to face. You've got the 2 playable hands online. You've got the notes.
Yeah. Or sometimes you might have had a really, grouchy teacher and you didn't sort of really want to ask again, about something. So it's good. It's fantastic.
It's not all bridge teachers. You're right, Franny. Not all bridge teachers are as friendly as me.
No, exactly.
Literally, I was telling someone just yesterday, I've heard of bridge teachers literally kind of banging the table, kind of with their fists in frustration because they're kind of, almost autistic, some bridge teachers. They get really, really angry. When they're frustrated, they think because they're a good bridge player, everyone else should be as well. But I understand that bridge is a really hard game to learn. You just take it slowly in a nice, friendly way.
You're lucky you started when you were very young. Like your family's a bridge family.
Yes, and that did help. But I see no reason why you can't definitely learn bridge in your 50s, 60s, 70s. I had a lady once in Helmsley, Franny. She was 84. And it just brought her new friends, got her out the house, got her brain active. She loved it. So, there's no age limit.
No, it's a fantastic game. Really great.
On that happy note, Franny, we better say goodbye.
We had. Okay, so we'll say goodbye to everybody and see everybody same time next week.
And look at Ken. Ken's living proof. He started playing bridge at 78. It'll keep him busy. It'll keep his mind active. Yeah, what a great thing to do, Ken. Brilliant. Well, I'll say goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Franny.
Bye.
Bye, Jack's mum.